Gary. Could it be possible that Papa Palpatine will be getting a rework sometime soon? Oh, boy. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk about that. But what I do know is today we finally have the last batch of Galactic Legends requirements disclosed to us today, and they are quite interesting, let me tell you. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been feeling a little burnt on Galaxy of Heroes and the whole Galactic Legends Kylo Ren and Rey stuff right now, they've been kind of hinting at that the next batch of content they're going to be working on is something we've all been asking for, in their words exactly. So we're going to talk about that. But before we do so, let's talk about these Galactic Legends Kylo Ren. Let's show the last batch requirements, and we're going to read the State of the Galaxy address, which discloses a lot more in terms of the unlocking process, and it's going to be way different than every four. And it looks like a Zeta 2.0 is coming to Galaxy of Heroes specifically for Galactic Legends. Sit down, buckle down, and relax, because your Grand Admiral is going to take you for a little bit of a trip here. Let's hop over to the game. Let's answer this question, the burning question. Let's just rip off that Band-Aid, because I appreciate us knowing the requirements in advance, but just slow releasing them, it definitely puts a lot of people at edge. They just want to know it and get done with it. You already saw a couple faces right there. Don't get too excited. Let's scroll down to the very bottom. Part 4.4, the last step for Galactic Legends. General Hux, Relic 5. Solid character, no problem right there. First Order TIE Pilot, mediocre character at best. At least he has an okay ship, so that Relic does benefit the ship, but here we go. This is what gets my blood pumping. Emperor Palpatine at Relic 7. Hold that thought. Just hold it. Stop. Hold your train of thought. Finalizer needed at 5 stars. That's fantastic news. This has been a very steep requirement event. 3 Relic 7s alone for Galactic Legends Kylo. 3 Relic 7s for Rey. And arguably, most of those Relic 7s are not amazing, at least as of now. I was worried they were going to require 7-star finalizers and Radis. Great news. Only a 5-star, which is way easier to get. Not probably the best thing out of all these requirements is only needing a 5-star finalizer. Whew! Take a little breath there. Palpatine. Ooh, I'm gonna make you guys hold that thought a little bit longer. Let it just boil there. What I will say is that I'm not mad at all that Palpatine's being required. He obviously has a logical connection to a certain extent. Although Gary, I think they should be giving us a clone Palpatine after the book that came out. Just, I digress. He's a solid character. It wasn't a character I was planning to Relic 7 anytime soon. The Relics don't really benefit him as much. He is a great character, so you guys see me flex that unlimited power in Grand Arena here and there. The Galactic Legends Rey, and then we'll come back to the Palpatine point here. Last batch, again, nothing really bad. Resistance Hero Poe, fantastic character, really great character. We see him be needed if you want to have Jedi Training Rey counter Darth Revan, Darth Malik. BB-8 Relic 7. Not as beneficial as a character Palpatine. Maybe they're equally beneficial. Again, it wasn't one of those characters where I was like, oh yeah, I need to Relic 7 this character right away. Wasn't in my short-term list of stuff I wanted to do in the near future. Veteran Smuggler Chewbacca, going to be needed at Relic 3. As we know, Kylo Ren needs Veteran Smuggler Han. And the great news is these guys are getting reworks, touch-ups, resistance tags. They'll be hopefully useful characters moving forward. And then the Radis is needed at 5 stars. Not as good as the Finalizer right now, and a little bit harder to get than the Finalizer, in my opinion. So out of all the requirements, these last batch are logical. They're good characters and units. Unlike some of these other past ones, this was probably the one that upset the most people. And of course, we know Rose Tico was needed at Relic 5. We don't need to bring that up once again. But before we start talking about how you're going to unlock them, how you're going to get access to these ultimate abilities, that's a whole different ball game. The Zeta 2.0, as I coined it earlier. I'm hoping, and this is just hope. No, there's no speculation to kind of sit off. There's no data mines, no leaks for me to assume this. But I think one of the biggest upsets is that a lot of these characters that are being required the Relic are not great. It's killing matchmaking. It hurts your GP, and you're not getting a lot of bang for your buck. Like, I'm not getting a lot of bang for your buck out of Resistance Hero, or the normal Finn, Resistance Trooper, Scavenger Ray, OG Poe, Resistance Pilot, Rose Tico. A lot of these concerns will be lifted off our shoulders if they rework these characters, or they get some special unique abilities, or they just work magnificently well with the new Galactic Legend characters coming out. The Galactic Legends Rey requirements do not look good because these characters don't have much use beyond just the character themselves. Luckily, Scavenger Ray has a ship, and it's kind of good for the Radis. But again, Radis isn't an amazing ship. It's a good ship right now. The first order is looking better and better and better every day. Basically, the characters I have to complain about, they're mediocre at best, and they have good ships attached to them. So not too much to complain here, but still, it would be nice a Stormtrooper, First Order Officer, Kylo Ren, especially Phasma. I think Phasma is probably the weakest one on this list here. And then Special Forces, TIE Pilot, and TIE Pilot, they get hopefully a touch-up of some sort. But then there's Emperor Palpatine. Is he getting a First Order tag? Would he get a rework of some sort? Luckily, he has a Sith tag, so naturally he has synergy with the Sith Trooper, which makes kind of sense if we saw the Final Order from the Rise of Skywalker. What I'm hoping and wanting to believe is that they will be giving reworks or a tag to these characters. And man, I've been seeing so many comments saying, when will we get a Gucci sweater Palpatine? When will Palpatine get a rework? Will we get a First Order Palpatine? I'm hoping this is what it's alluding to, that there's going to be, Palpatine's going to see a reborn functionality. Because right now, the only good thing about Palpatine really is that leadership ability. And really, the only thing great about this leadership ability is this right here, the Sith tag. The Empire tag's not good, but maybe if they throw First Order in there, then all of a sudden you can use a lot of these First Order characters that aren't being used. Imagine Palpatine with a First Order tag in here and then having Phasma feeding more turn meter onto that. It seems a little wild, but let's just have fun, indulge our thoughts, indulge our fantasies for a moment. So overall, I'm looking forward to the Kylo Ren requirements the most, more so than Rey. But if they rework these characters, touch them up, make it more exciting, I think as the community, we can swallow that pill a lot more. Because all these Relic 7s, man, it's a rough pill to swallow. Rough pill to swallow. So I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. Maybe you guys can get some Palpatine ideas going. Again, nothing confirmed that Palpatine will get a rework or a touch-up. But I'm just hoping, based on the logic of a lot of these characters being bad, maybe we'll see something. Let's hop over to the forums real quick and kind of summarize the state of the galaxy. I'm not going to read every word line by line. A couple important things. There's nothing new in here, but more information about what they hinted at before. The ticket system, how's that going to work? The unlocking process, how's that going to work? And the ultimate ability process. Because our legendary events, epic confrontations, journey events, once you unlock the character, the excitement's kind of gone in terms of grinding towards that character. You have it and you're done. They're wanting to make these Galactic Legends something that even for people who are going to unlock these characters the first time around, you still have something to grind for. And that second part to grind for is the Zeta Mat 2.0, or these ultimate ability material mats. So they kind of summarize this right here. Their first Galactic Legends are going to be focusing on the new trilogy, the Force Dyad of Rey and Kylo Ren. And many of our strongest characters are released in quick events as bursts of excitement. Oh, Jedi Knight Revan's here. Okay, I got him. No, we don't have to be excited anymore. However, we also want to diversify our event experiences. So again, these are meant to be long-term goals for veteran players. And I think this is why Galactic Legends hasn't been too exciting for people to kind of absorb, because it's really out there for the average player. I mean, on my free-to-play account alone that I started, it's gonna be like 4 years plus probably until I even think about these characters. And for a lot of people, it's probably gonna be a year or two for free-to-play players, maybe even more beyond that. So here we go. This is interesting. At first, I was a bit excited because I thought it'd be a lot easier to unlock the characters. You still need to get all the requirements met before you can even unlock Galactic Legends, Kylo, and Rey. They will unlock at 7 stars. And what they say here, unlike our, let's say, Commander Luke, Jedi Knight Revan, or Darth Malak, or General Skywalker, you got to complete all the tiers in order to unlock the characters. Here, you don't need to reach the final tier to achieve a 7-star unlock of these characters. So you might be like, all right, what's going on here? You'll receive enough character shards to activate each Galactic Legends partway through their event. However, you still need to complete their entire event to unlock their full power. The ultimate ability, the thing they've been telling us is going to get our jollies going. It's going to be visually appealing. The ultimate abilities will require a new ultimate ability material to unlock that is rewarded from completing the final tiers of the event. You will have enough material to unlock their ultimate ability once you have earned all available materials from the later tiers of the event. The materials needed to unlock these ultimate abilities will only be available in Galactic Legends. So you can't get these ultimate ability mats anywhere else in the game. These mats are only accessible after you unlock the character. You got these last few tiers, which are going to have these mats to farm. And furthermore, there's only a finite amount of material mats in Galactic Legends Kylo's event and Galactic Legends Rey event, which means you can't just start farming more and more and more after you finally get enough pieces to get the ultimate ability. Because as we see right here, this paragraph talks about how do you get tickets. kind of simple. It's very much so how our raid tickets work in the game. There's a cap. You can't earn like 5 bajillion tickets for your guild in a day. There's a 600 cap. I'm not sure if 600 is going to be the number that they're going to cap you, but there is a maximum cap of how many tickets you can generate. And furthermore, you can't get the tickets earlier until you get all the requirements up for Galactic Legends Kylo. You can start farming tickets for Kylo. Once you get all the requirements met for Rey, you can start farming the tickets for Rey. And how it works is that every day, as you're doing your light side, dark side battle farming, you're going to be generating tickets for each of those guys. So if you're going for Rey, you want to do some light side battles to farm light side tickets for Galactic Legends Rey. And then for Kylo, if you want to get Kylo, you got to do some dark side battles to farm the tickets for Galactic Legends Kylo. So hopefully that makes sense. But there's one more step. Once you finally have gotten all the rewards, all the materials, as we see right here, you will no longer need tickets to access the event, and you will no longer earn them, which means, again, you can't do baby hoarding once you get all the material mats. So once you get all the rewards that these Galactic Legends offer, boom, no more tickets for Galactic Legends Kylo and or Rey, depending on which way you're going. So it's interesting. It definitely feels like a mini personal raid to an extent of some sort right here. And then lastly, they give us some artwork. Rey's looking a little better. The Reys before look way too pointy, way too smushed in the face. Their nose could probably cut glass with the ones we have in the game. And this is cool. So from my understanding here is that, let's say you have a Rey and then you're going up against someone of Kylo, because they have that interesting experience, that force dyad stuff going on. You're going to get this brief intro cinematic to start up the battle to show you that something's going to get down. Is about to go down, basically. And it's really cool. I have this blown up a little bit. You get the cinematic beginning in the white room. The camera moves past Rey and the scene switches to Kijimi. Camera zooms and rotates the battlefield. Kylo and Rey lunge. Sabers clash. Breaking pots. Spilling the beans. Gary, come on over. I'm trying to give you a narration here. Rey and Kylo prepare for a second strike. Sabers clash. Visual effects fills the scene. Scene switches back to white room. Zoom back. Red beans from Kijimi remain. The battle starts. So this is interesting because we know that more Galactic Legends are going to be happening in the future. Imagine if they do a Vader and a Luke sometime in the future. It'd be really cool to see what that beginning in cinematic's going to be. And remember, the alternate ability as well. It's supposed to be something game-breaking, visually appealing. You're supposed to get some really wacky, awesome animations with those alternate abilities. This is just the intro cinematic, I'm guessing, for when you enter a battle. A lot of information to soak up there. But lastly, what I want to do, for those who don't care for the sequel content, for those that are just tired of Galactic Legends news, we're almost done with Galactic Legends Kylo Ren and Rey news. This should get you excited right here. Looking forward to April. We have an exciting State of the Galaxy covering the next era for Galaxy of Heroes, and something you all have been asking for. Their words exactly. And you know what that means? More packs, more relics. No, I don't think that's what people have been asking for. What I'm thinking, ladies and gentlemen, if you need something to try to hold you off for one more month, there's really only one thing that comes to mind that the majority of players want to see right now. Mace Windu rework. They hinted at it a couple months ago that they had to stop their Galactic or Republic separatist content to move on to the sequel, but they're like, if only there was... I played it so many times. You guys know it at this point. They hinted at that they're going to come back around and give Mace Windu a rework because they didn't have time and they did not want to rush his rework. So very likely, Mace Windu might be getting a rework sometime in the next month. And that kind of pairs into our earlier conversations we've been having this month. We know that the Login Award for this month right now is Luminar Unduli. And with Luminar Unduli being the Login Award, kind of makes a little bit of sense because, one, the Clone Wars content's going on right now. And secondly, we saw some Ki-Adi-Mundi gameplay. People are going to start getting more Ki-Adi-Mundis probably within the next month or so. And right now, as you saw from the gameplay, Galactic Republic Jedi are just not good. Even with Ki-Adi-Mundi, they need reworks. They need new characters. They need help. And if I had to guess, it seems like everything's tying together where the next batch of content is going to be Galactic Republic Jedi, Clone Wars content in general, which I'd be excited for that Mace Windu rework. If once they're saying everyone's been asking for it, it sounds like this is what they're teasing. If they move on to original trilogy content, I'll be happy too. But I think right now, the thing everyone's been asking for is a Mace Windu rework. Guys, let's pass the ball over to all you lovely ladies and gentlemen out there. What is that thing that everybody's been asking for in Galaxy Heroes? Is it Mace Windu? Is it something else? How are you feeling about Palpatine being a requirement? How do you feel about farming these ultimate ability mats? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment down below on those thoughts. Subscribe so you're not missing a thing, and supporting the Empire. And I'll see all you lovely people in the next video. Peace out, everybody. Woo!